I'm Crystal Nettles, and welcome to another episode of Turning the Verge. My guest today is photographer Amy+kaplan. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you.
Now, the first thing I noticed when looking at some of your work is, wow, she can shoot a ton of different subjects. Do you have a favorite?
I do. I actually really like band photography. It's probably my favorite. I can enjoy myself while I'm shooting, which is awesome. I get to listen to great music, meet a lot of really cool people, and make a lot of contacts. I meet a lot of people there, and they end up becoming more photo shoots. So it's really awesome. A lot of them become friends too, which is awesome. I also like pinup photography because it's something that is wholesome for nowadays. It's not overly sexy. It's, you know, like the vintage 40s and 50s girl. It's kind of wholesome and classic, and it's really fun to have that kind of image to put out for women.
And you kind of have that look yourself. Do you ever model?
And no. I'm a behind the scenes kind of girl. I do like for fun. Every now and again I'll jump in front of the camera just for myself, just for fun, just to dress up and have something to do, but it's never, I would never make a career out of that. I like the behind the camera stuff. So
you like the control of being a photographer.
Yes, but I do like that whole era and the, you know, the images from that time. So
how do you find your models for your shoots?
A lot of different places. A lot of them are friends. A lot of them I meet off modelmayhem.com, which is a place you can go to meet photographers, makeup artists, and models. A lot of them I meet through there. And then generally, if I find one I like, I try and work with her again. Specifically for the pinup, we do a lot of different themes. So we go from there. They have friends, and sometimes I'll work with like a hairstylist on a shoot, and then I in turn make her a model for the next shoot. So.
And what about your band? So how do you get in contact with these bands that you shoot?
Well, again, going to shows, meeting people. Sometimes I'll just go and I'll see a show for myself, go up to the band afterwards, give them a card, tell them next show, give me a call, and I go out there and shoot them. So I meet them a lot that way. I have a friend who does promoting, so he gives me a lot of bands to go shoot for his shows. Meet them through there. It's all like a steamroll. You kind of meet one person, and then they know somebody, and then they know somebody.
It's amazing how we're all kind of connected.
Yes, the Kevin Bacon effect.
Yes, exactly. 6 degrees. So is there, speaking of bands, are there certain types of music that you shoot, or is it just anyone and everyone who sounds good, looks good?
Pretty much anyone I'll shoot. I prefer, it's weird because I actually don't really care for the music itself, but screamo music. Because the bands are really moving on stage. They do a lot of stuff. Their outfits are really kind of crazy, and so they make for a really great image. But I've become more and more of a fan of that style of music, shooting them so much, so it's cool.
And now, even though it's not maybe your forte, I noticed a lot of wedding photography, even children on your site. How did you get involved in that?
Well, I have a son, so I started taking pictures of him, also of my godson. And children are fun to shoot because they're always doing something. I think of all the photography I do, that's the hardest, because if they don't cooperate, there's not much you can do. But I'll shoot anything really, because I want to make sure that whatever is going on at that time is captured. I want to make sure that someone's wedding, someone's child, someone's show, someone's new hairstyle is captured, because that's the way we are remembered through history, is through photographs, and I want to be a part of that in some way.
So how did you get started in photography?
Oh, good question. I don't really know. It sort of just happened. I just noticed I really liked it. I had a friend who wanted me to do some pictures for her for modeling, and I realized that I really liked it. And so I just sort of kept doing it. Then I realized I really like it and want to make it a career. I've always been a scrapbooker, so I've always taken pictures and then, you know, put them in scrapbooks and kept them forever. And I love going through old photographs. That's probably since I was little. Every summer I'd go to my grandparents' house. First thing I'd do is grab the photo albums and go through them 100 times a day. And so I just realized, like, this is what I love, is photographs. Because, like I said, that's what you're remembered for.
Yeah, you should. My grandmother should borrow you. She wants to organize all of her photo albums. That's something she wants to leave to the kids, kind of organize. And kind of put her in contact with you. So you're self-taught.
Yes, I've never taken a photography class.
Okay. What advice would you give to somebody who's kind of interested in photography?
Just start shooting. Get a camera. It really doesn't matter. You don't have to have a nice camera, any kind of camera you have. Start shooting. Just keep taking pictures. Keep doing it. Talk to people. Get your pictures out there. People will start telling you what they like and what they don't like. Develop a style and go from there.
And is there Is there some sort of shoot that you really want to do that you haven't done yet?
Gosh, there's so many. I'd love to do, as far as pinup, I've been wanting to do a like a hot rod 60s style mod, kind of like a girl in like a suit with a big wrench and with a cool car, something like that. There's a lot of bands I'd love to shoot. I would really love to work for Rolling Stone one day, so doing a Rolling Stone shoot would be awesome.
And if someone is watching this, it's like, oh, I would be amazing for that shoot. How would they get in contact with you?
I have MySpace, which is myspace.com, and it's /bombshell photo.
Look at how she's advertising.
So it's bombshell photo, spelled just the way it sounds. Or you can find me on Model Mayhem if you have a Model Mayhem account, and it's Amy+kaplan Photography. Or you can really just type in Amy+kaplan Photography in google.com, and I think my MySpace comes up for that. So
you're famous through
I'm all
Google.
over. You can find me anywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah. And do you stay primarily in Orange County? Is this where you live, born and raised?
I was born and raised, well, not born, but pretty much raised in Orange County since I was 3. I pretty much shoot anywhere. I've shot in LA, Riverside, San Diego. So I'll go pretty much anywhere. For the right shoot, I'll go anywhere, really.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. And you mentioned a little earlier with the scrapbooking, so you seem very artsy. Are there other talents that you have?
Artistically, not really. I have no drawing sense, no painting sense, nothing like that. I wish I did. I have no musical talent whatsoever. Wish I did. Pretty much it's photography. That's all I've got. Yeah.
So now, with your tattoos, did you come up with kind of a design idea, or is it just something that you liked and you're like, I want that?
I kind of built off the idea that I'm a hopeless romantic, which is why I have my hopeless romantic tattoo. We sort of built off that. My tattoo artist drew most of this and designed it to go kind of all together. And we sort of did the rockabilly theme with the old, the horseshoe and like the typical rockabilly pinup girl and stuff like that. So sort of tried to make it a theme as things that symbolized me in some way. Love, luck. There's actually a pinup girl with a camera. So
that's very cute.
Right here. So sort of all symbolizing me. And I love stars. That's what these are for. So
with luck, have you been lucky somehow? Is that a good luck symbol, or?
Lucky is my nickname. Lucky Star is what I used to go by when I was in elementary school. But my parents used to joke that I was lucky because I would always win raffles, the grand prize of raffles, every year. Whatever it was, somehow I'd win the grand.
Nice.
I know. So that sort of stuck that I was just lucky, and then it became Lucky Star, and then just sort of went from there.
Can I just keep you around with me when I'm going to places? Does it rub off on
I haven't been lucky lately, so it sort of rubbed off after those first few years of raffles.
Going
it just
through a
stuck.
dry spell.
Yeah, so it'll come back.
Maybe you just being here, it will somehow infect me, and now next time I go to a fair, festival, raffle.
Yeah, and then I'm going to get a commission from whatever you win, right?
Sure.
There you go. We'll work together.
Yeah. So what do you do when you're not shooting?
Take care of my son. He's 3. Try and get him well-rounded, raise him. Hang out with friends. I read a lot. I watch a lot of movies. Just typical girl stuff. Shop.
Does your son show any? Does he know what you do?
I think so. He doesn't like the camera anymore because it's been in his face since he's been born. But he does. He likes to see himself when I take a picture. First thing he says is, "I want to see it. I want to see it." So he likes that. And we sit in front of the computer a lot, and we look at old pictures, from when he was a baby or whatever. And he likes that kind of stuff. So I can tell he likes photography. And he appreciates it. He has his own little camera.
The family?
Yeah, I hope.
Does it run any other part of your family? Maybe the first one.
Not that I can think of. I have a cousin who likes photography, but not anything too strong. I think I'm the first photographer.
So is this your full-time job, or do you do other things?
It is not. I hope to make it my full-time job. Right now,
Rolling Stone, if you're watching,
exactly. I'm available. I work for the Taco Bell corporate office doing tech support. That's my 9 to 5, my professional job.
So is this the new job that I read about on MySpace that you're
Yes. Okay. Yeah, and I just actually got accepted to art school too. So.
Oh, congratulations!
Hopefully, once that's done, then I'll be able to.
So, where are you going to go to school then?
The Art Institute of Orange County.
Oh, wow! I didn't know they had one in Orange County.
They apparently just built it. I found out today it's new. I didn't know that.
See, that's really nice because we have so many artistic people.
Yeah.
Here, we shouldn't have to go up to LA or Pasadena or wherever it is very cool. So you're just going to be studying photography there, and so you will eventually be learning, what you're supposedly supposed to do.
Exactly, what I'm supposed to know and what I don't, what I have to fake that I know.
Are you a good student?
No, I'm probably the worst student you could find. But when it comes to photography, I am passionate about it, and I know I'm going to do a good job. So, I'm going to make it. I'm going to. My goal is to become valedictorian, but nobody's supposed to know that, just in case I don't make it. But
so, in those kinds of schools, is everything tailored to your medium that you're studying, or do you have to take those general ed courses as well?
You still have to take your general ed, but they are geared. They say. I don't know yet. We'll see. But they do say that they're supposed to be geared towards, like for math. I'm not going to be good at math. I just am not. I'm a more creative mind, and I just don't get the concept of math and science and that sort of thing. So they say it's geared towards people of that kind of mindset. So we'll see how it goes. But
see, that's always nice, though, because it's nice to learn things that you can actually use in the real world. Like, I think I took a liberal arts math class that it all had to do with stuff that could be useful. Of course, I've completely forgotten it by now because I don't use it, but you never know. I meant photography, doing all the little settings to match up a certain way, and the way light bounces. I mean, that's physics, right?
Exactly. There you go. That's what I'm hoping it's going to be like. That's what I've been told it's like. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited.
So have you ever thought about one day when you're rich and famous and everyone knows your name, going back and teaching?
I'd love to. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Passing the wisdom on.
I would love
writing a book.
Oh my gosh.
If you were to write a book,
it'd be full of pictures.
It'd be a photography book. But if you had to, what would it be called?
Oh. I would probably have to do something with Bombshell because originally that was what my company was called, was Bombshell Photography. So it would probably be something along those lines, something along the lines of classic and vintage, and something just really fun and sexy.
And now, I noticed on your arms, like all your tattoos, very colorful. Your shots, they got a lot of bright colors. Do you have a favorite color? Is there a certain tone that you like to kind of put your pictures in? As
far as photography, I actually like the dark, kind of like moody look, the dark browns and the dark.
All your band photographs definitely have that feel.
The dark
to them.
Grungy look, But my favorite color is bright pink, but I haven't yet done a shoot with bright pink. So
we got
there's an idea. There you go.
If you guys have an amazing idea, shoot idea that you want to work with her on, bright pink.
Let me know.
Yes, makeup artist.
Yes,
someone out there. So do you have any stuff coming up that we could see you in, or any bands that you're going to be shooting?
Actually, I just had 2 photos that were accepted to the Orange County Fair.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Those will be seen at the Orange County Fair. I'm really excited about that. So I find out this week, sometime probably, before the fair starts, which is July 10th, if I won anything. So I don't know yet. But so far, I got accepted. It's going to be shown, and honestly, that's better than anything I could have hoped for. So
I'm always amazed when I go there how many photographs there are. It's like, how can you possibly judge these? Because they're all so good. I think that's a goal of mine once, because I suck at photography, but I'm very interested in it. So I definitely want to do that one year, even though I probably wouldn't get accepted, or if I did, it would be off in a corner somewhere.
They have like amateur contests, and they have professional contests, and then they have like young adults, and so there's something for everybody.
So would you be in the professional category?
I actually entered the amateur because because I haven't charged really a whole lot for my photography, and because it's not my full-time job, and because I've never taken a class in it. So I don't think I'd consider myself professional yet. I'd love to be.
You're just naturally gifted?
I guess.
Oh, very, very cool. So do you shoot film or digital?
Digital only, yeah.
Very cool. And is there any sort of editing done, or does it just come straight from the camera, or do you manipulate it all?
Generally, it comes straight from the camera as far as cropping goes. I do post-process through Photoshop to make some of the colors either brighter or darker or whatever. But generally, I try and do it pretty much out of the camera. So for the band photography, most of that is straight out of the camera. So I like to use a lot of the stage lighting and that sort of thing.
It's kind of got a journalistic sense to
it.
You know,
that's actually the style I'm hoping for. So
I was
I'm
there,
glad you say
and
that.
This is what happened. Oh, very cool. Now, is your wedding photography, does that kind of capture that type as well, or is that more formal pose?
I try to do a little both because I want to make sure we get every shot. So we do the the typical posed ones. But my favorite ones and the ones I really like to showcase are the ones that are just captured, ones that just happen, like the kiss that no one sees, or holding hands before they go down the aisle or something like that. That's the stuff I like.
Those are always the best photos too, because sometimes you forget that they've been taken and then you see them, and see, that would be so hard to be a wedding photographer, because I would probably take so many pictures and I'd be afraid to delete any, because if I was the bride, it would be the one that they deleted that would have been my favorite. So how do you choose when you're going through these photos to edit? How do you choose which one is the one? Well,
I do keep all of them. Unless it's out of focus, it's pretty much kept. And then for me, because I'm not professional yet, and I'm shooting somebody else's wedding, this is their day, I usually let them go through the photos and pick, like I give them an amount, like here pick 100 or here pick 50 or whatever that they like, and then I edit those for them, make them better. That way I know that they're getting the pictures that they want and the pictures that they care about, because I could see something that I think is awesome and they're not going to really care because it doesn't mean anything to them. But then they see a picture that I wouldn't necessarily think, because I don't know that person, or I don't know this, or so I let them choose. That's one thing that I think that I do that a lot of photographers don't, which I want to hold. Even when I become a professional, I still want to hold that, that these are your pictures, you pick, you decide.
Do you find when you're going through photos and when you're showing photos to your models or makeup artists, hairstylists, bands, that they like something completely different than you, or do you generally see eye to eye?
A lot of times they listen to kind of what I say. Sometimes I will edit a photo that I think is really great, that I would think would look better a certain way, and then present it to them like that, rather than just the raw image. And then they tend to go with that, of course, because I've made it look awesome. But there are some times where I look at a photo and I'm like, that is not what I would pick. And then, for instance, I submitted 3 photographs to the Orange County Fair. The one I thought for sure was going to get something was the one they didn't pick. So you don't know. You just don't know what they're thinking at the time, or what they, what they're looking for at that moment.
So speaking of photos, I know you brought a few, and I don't know if these were the ones submitted to the fair or not, so you'll have to help me. What are we looking at right now?
Okay, well, the first one we're looking at, it's model Megan Merlot, and she's in a vintage bathtub. This image is actually like a duplicate or a remake of a famous photo of Dita Von Teese. She's a burlesque dancer. That both me and the model both love that photo. We did it a little bit more vintage. She was, I believe, in the 1960s or 1970s bathtub. We made a footed bathtub, and it's probably one of my favorite pinups to date. One of my first pinups I ever did, and it's just one of my favorites. I get the most compliments on it, and she loves it too. So
isn't that interesting? It's like the beginning stuff sometimes is better than the
because I overthink things now, whereas there I was just shooting just because we knew what we wanted and we got it.
So when you are shooting, take me through a typical, well, I guess nothing's typical for you because you do so much stuff, but an example of a shoot day, because we only see the final product, and I'm sure there's just so much that goes into these things before and after. So what's it like?
Well, for instance, I could give you an example of, let's see, let's take that photo for instance. The model and I would usually email or instant message or talk on the phone and figure out what we wanted to do. We'd think of a theme, then get all the props and that sort of thing. Then we meet up either, if it was an indoor location, usually it's my home. If it's outdoors, it's wherever. For this photograph is actually in my sister-in-law's bathroom, because she happened to have the greatest bathroom ever. The claw on the bathtub. Yes. Thank you. I kept wanting to say toilet. That's not right.
Be an interesting toilet.
No.
Scary a little bit.
No.
It's gonna eat you.
So for that we did that, and generally we'll have a makeup artist and a hairstylist meet. they'll do the hair and makeup for the model while I set up. Usually we all sort of chit-chat, talk about what we want to do, go through photos, examples of photos we like, styles we like, editing we like, that sort of thing. Then we'll shoot, usually about an hour, depending on the shoot. We'll shoot for about an hour, and then we'll break everything down, and then I'll start editing, usually within 5-10 minutes of when the shoot's over, because I'm that excited. So.
And do you do a lot of location shoots, or are they in studio?
We usually shoot pretty even. It depends really on what the shoot is for. I like to shoot in the studio. It gives me more time and I'm relaxed. I'm right there in my home, so I can do whatever I want. But I also have a portable backdrop and stand, so I can sometimes go to their home or to another indoor studio like a restaurant or something and shoot there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And what do you say to those people who are kind of against any sort of Photoshop editing whatsoever, saying, you know, a real photographer doesn't need that?
I used to be one. I think generally, depending on what you're shooting, that could be depending on what you're shooting. Like I said, I'm more of a photojournalist style, so I like to shoot as it happens and as it is. But for the pinup, for example, it looks better if you photoshopped it. And I don't Photoshop anything that's going to make it completely not how it was. I might just smooth some skin a little bit, or, you know, remove a shadow or something like that. But I won't change like the color of her eyes or change the color of her hair or anything like that, or add a dog in where there wasn't a dog. Nothing like that. It would just be maybe make the blues bluer.
Yeah. Pinup shoot.
Yeah, you never know. So I try and keep it as accurate as it was. Maybe just emphasize colors more or something like that.
So you're not gonna like make me super duper skinny with the tiny waist?
I don't know how to do that. If I did, I would probably carry that around with me at all times. So I looked skinny at all times.
They have those cameras, they're point and shoot cameras that you take and they instantly compress the photo.
I'm gonna have to buy one.
I'd be a little afraid though that it would compress like my face or something.
Yeah, something
and make
weird.
You look weird, but that would be interesting. Definitely cool. So you got new stuff coming out. You mentioned your website.
Yes.
Can you say it again?
myspace.com/bombshell photo.
And that's got all the contact info for you. And if they had a shoot idea, would you be interested in that?
I would, yeah.
You do? So it's not just you approaching people.
No.
You welcome.
Yeah, and I'm always up for, we call it TFC or TFCD, which is trade for print or trade for CD. And that's basically if you're an aspiring model and you want to get some photos done and you just don't have the money because the economy's horrible right now, and I want practice and I would love to have more samples. Contact me, let me know that you can't afford to hire me, but you want to still work with me, give me an idea, and if I haven't shot it already, I'll shoot it. I'm willing. We work together, we come together, we'll meet somewhere beneficial for both of us, or we'll work it out.
Oh, very cool. Now, do you have any sort of requirements for models, like specific looks?
Nope.
No?
As long as you're willing to shoot, not afraid of the camera, I'll shoot anybody. I'm a plus size girl. I like plus size models. If you think maybe you want some pictures for your boyfriend and you don't want them on the internet or whatnot, not those kind of pictures, but something you just want to give to family or something like that. That's what I meant.
So you don't shoot porn. That's what you're saying. Everything, but okay.
That's not what I meant.
But
I meant maybe some
type of
boudoir or like pinup or.
I think that's definitely a growing market though for people who are getting married as a gift to their husband or even
Valentine's Day, anniversaries.
That's really cool that.
It's and I'm a female photographer. It's hard to find female photographers too that are going to do that and not you'd feel comfortable.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely a different vibe when you're working with a female photographer, versus a male. It's interesting. You wouldn't think that. It's like, oh, I know what I'm doing in front of the camera or something. Yeah. But it's just that different.
It's like girlfriends. And I do a shoot too where you get a couple of your girlfriends together. We go through, I sort of coach you guys on pinup poses, pinup expressions, and then we have a hairstylist and makeup artist come and do 3 or 4 of you guys, and then we do like mini shoots, like 30-minute shoots, and then you guys get like 5 pictures or something, and that's a really good bachelorette party. It's a really good birthday party, something for the girls, a girls' night out. We drink martinis and just have fun, make it kind of a vintage.
Sounds really fun.
Yeah,
That's
it is. Idea. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, if you want to work with her, make sure you visit her on MySpace, on Model Mayhem. Give her a call, send her an email, set up that shoot. Make sure you guys view her work. She's got a ton of stuff up all different types of photography. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being with us. And thanks you guys for watching. We'll